To begin, this poem has many forms that make it special. By using TP-cast, we can find its meaning by its traits that are revealed to us. From its title, 1861, we can directly see that this poem directly relates to the Civil War. For connotation, this poem exerts several forms. They include form, imagery, symbolism, and figurative language. For form, it uses a freer style that does not have a unique rhyme scheme, and that it uses sort of a prose style that uses conversational dialogue with the reader. In addition to that, the three last words, as you can see above, all come from the first three lines of the poem. Struggle, year, and piano don't rhyme. This suggests that he wanted to use a freer style that would suggest about the free life that these soldiers lived. For imagery and symbolism, however, they also tie together throughout the poem. They are both used in tandem to help describe the soldiers in the story and its setting. For imagery, for example, with the lines, "with a well-gristled body and a sunburnt face," this depicts how soldiers during the time experienced many factors that occurred in the environment, such as, they had to walk out in the sun constantly, and with hard work it came with also a well-gristled body. This suggests how soldiers were dedicated to the cause and how they wanted to fight for this cause for their side, either for the North or the South. Another form of connotation, such as symbolism, as I mentioned earlier, is also found by this quote. It also suggests in the poem how he has a knife along with the gristled clothing. So having a knife and gristled clothing suggests that the average soldier has a hard work ethic and loyalty for their cause. So far, Whitman tends to show that he has sympathy and almost empathy for the hard work that soldiers put out in order to support their side. For figurative language, the most prominent form of it is actually found at the end of the poem, where he seems to personify the year, asking as if why or how or for what reason why it had to be so hard, and why soldiers during the Civil War had to experience so much death and violence for such a long period of time, especially since the Civil War almost lasted 4 years. For attitude and any shifts in attitude, in the beginning it was actually more solemn and more serious in tone. However, later into the poem he becomes more romanticized about the view of not only being a soldier, but also crossing the West. As you can see in the quote above, he tends to romanticize how the view of battle and adventure is much more enjoyable than it actually is, but really in reality it wasn't really, due to the effects of battle and war. Along with shifts in attitude, as I've said before, in the beginning he was more solemn. However, nearing the middle of the poem, where he starts to give the romanticized view of the West as that adventure of trekking across the Great Plain, the West, and crossing the rivers in Pennsylvania. This is where a major shift in the poem's tone actually occurs. Fourth theme, we saw that Whitman used many romanticized views of the war and trekking across the Great West. So we sought to see how he wanted to see how different sections of the United States should come together and shouldn't really fight, but also honoring those who did fight in the war. And as you can see above, this is the theme that we came up with. Although war and land may separate different ideas and cultures, we must embrace the beauty of our surrounding and amend the relationships with others.
Oh yeah, Whitman. You ready? Here we go. Yo, my name is Whitman, and I'm the best poet. My poems are like hit Mary, you won't even know it. Exhibit the best features that no one has ever seen, so sit on the bleachers and prepare your spleen. On the website of all the bios, a man says that I had great style. Oh yeah, I wrote Leaves of Grass. You should go and read it or I'll feel like trash. But it's okay, I felt great about my work. Really great man of no groups of jerks. Washington, Jefferson, and Jackson too. They all inspired me to see my journey through. So just sit down and relax. Get rid of that frown and listen to this rap. You see through your eyes and conclude from that. And no matter where you go in life, just see through the satire and bash through the strife. Yeah.
Whitman.
Catfish.